Hello. Hello. Welcome to our UPSC prelims preparation series. That's our static subject today. That is history and cracking UPSC history. How we have to prepare for the history subject, and especially ancient history, medieval India, and modern India. And what are the books we have to prepare, and how we have to strategize the subject and content and revision. So matter is mastering the static anchor of civil service examination, that is the history, and how to crack it for the clearing the UPSC prelims in first attempt. Now, why history is a scoring asset? It's because it's not unlike economy or environment. The core facts of history never change. Once mastered, these marks are virtually guaranteed in every attempt. So it's a static nature. It's very important for the preparer aspirant. Foundation for GS. It's a understanding history provides the necessary context for polity, especially constitutional history and international relations, historical ties. That's the reason history is a scoring asset. Next, how it has been breakdown for the syllabus. It's because it's like ancient, medieval, modern, and art and culture. Ancient history is the origin, Indus Valley Civilization, Vedic Age, and early kingdoms like Maurya Empire up to Sultanate, up to medieval Sultanates period. Medieval so India, it's the Sultanates, Mughals, and South Indian empires. South Indian empires includes Vijayanagara Empire and all. And third is the modern India, from starting from 17th century, that is 1857. Um, First war of independence to up to 1955 Government of India Act 1950. Jan 26th Constitution of India adaptation. It includes the modern India. And next part of syllabus is arts and culture, architecture, painting, dance, and literature includes. Now, prelims weightage analysis. How it has been weightage is there for the history is to 15% of the prelims paper includes consistently is from history subject itself. 2020 it was 20 questions from history. 2021 10, 2022 14, 2023 it's 14, 2024 it's 9. It means it's reducing the weightage, but the thing is, but it you will receive the constant 10 questions to 15 questions from history itself. Next, means GS1 marks contribution is a lot because it's a history paper. It's a GS1 is from history itself, art and culture. 2019 to 2024, it's a 75 to 100 marks in GS paper 1 is contribution from history. And ancient history, we can see the core areas are Indus Valley Civilization town planning, seals and trade, Vedic age social structure and religious shift, Buddhism and Jainism, philosophies, councils and literature, Mauryas and Gupta's administrative system, and the Golden Age, that is Gupta period. Next, administrative terms and numismatics, that's very important. Next, Eripatti, Daniyawas, Gandhia's numismatics like use coin stamps, gold and copper to judge economic prosperity. These are all the important aspects where UPSC examiner wants to know you whether you have got through the detail about the economic policies, economic structures, and the administrative structures, and especially the judicial. The three organs, how you got the knowledge, that will be the tested by the examiner in the examination. Next, medieval transitions, a period marked by the synthesis of Indo-Islamic culture, the rise of powerful regional kingdoms like Vijayanagara and the Marathas. I have already mentioned over this. And the focus areas are Delhi Sultanate, Ikra system, Mughal revenue, Zipt and Dahshala, Bhakti and Sufi movements. This is also very important. And whenever writing the examination, you should not use the and as icon. You have to use like a and the and itself. It's just a small things you may notice that it's examiner will value that whether you have a patience to write it or not. It's a very hurry exam answers will not be considered as ethical and exactly the rightful answers. Next is for the tips for the mains examination. Next, medieval administrative systems, that is Mansabdari system, Ikta system. What are all the tax systems they have adapted for their smooth functioning of the finance? It will be observed, and the terms they have used will be asked in the questions. Introduced by Akbar Mansabdari system, it is determined by rank, zat, and military obligation was Sawar. It was the backbone of Mughal military civil administration. So that is the how the administrative systems and how the finance system was working. It will be considered. And Ikta system that is introduced by Delhi Sultans involved assignment of revenue from territorial to officers, Iqtidars. Officers of Ikta collections are very called as Iqtidars in lieu of salary. So common link, both systems were aimed at centralizing authority while delegating revenue collection to a loyal military class. So it's a centralization of revenue collection was considered during the both Akbar system that is and Delhi Sultan is also. Indian heritage and art and culture, Nagara, North India, curvilinear shikaras and Dravida style, pyramidal vamana and Visera style, hybrid style of Chalukyas. Focus on patrons and kings, that is, which king have made this contribution, such as Samudragupta and all. Specific features like Gopuram or Mandapas. The dances, classical dances, eight recognized forms study with their mudras, themes, usually with bhakti, and instruments used mridangam, flute, and all. And literary works from Kalidasa's plays to the Sangam literature of the South. Literature is a window into the socio-economic life of the era. Next, paintings. Mural paintings, Ajanta and Bagh versus miniature paintings, Mughal and Rajput. Evaluation of perspective and themes. This is an ancient and the literature and dances are very important. Apart from that, art and culture includes the structure of the complete is art and sculpture also includes a lot. It's Mysterious. Next, modern India, the freedom struggle, as usually I have mentioned earlier, it's 1957 to up to 1947 or 1950. The most high yield section of UPSC history. It covers the entry of Europeans to the ultimate transfer of power in 1947. 1600 its entry of East India Company. So from that up to 1947, the Indian government. Today, it's Indian emphasis on Indian nationalism and the role of its ideologies. Major acts and charter documents, such as the Regulating Act of 1773, Centralization of Power, key provisions are very important. West India Act of 1784, Board of Control established. Government of India Act 1909 dismissed diarchy in provinces. Government of India Act 1935, Provincial Autonomy. Peasant and tribal movements, major resistance movements, Santal Rebellion, Munda Udgulan, Indigo Revolt, the rise of National Congress, 1885 to the moderates, their faces, like moderates face, extremists face, Gandhian era. Then Gandhian timeline, 1915 to 1947, return to India and Champaran Satyagraha, non-cooperation and Khalifat movement, civil disobedience and Dandi March, Quit India movement and the final push. Here, that is the numerical value numbers such as 1920 to 22 is it's not so much important, but the policies, the movement, the it's the theme and the how it has been, the people are involved in the movements. These are very important. Post-independence consolidation. That's very important in the GS paper one. Means that is integration of principal states, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, linguistic or reorganization of states, tribal integration policies, and economic planning, the Nehruvian era. Next, the minimalist book list for the preparation of the UPSC prelims are Ancient is R. S. Sharma, Old NCRT, Medievalist Satish Chandra, Old NCRT, Modern Spectra by Rajiv Ahir, and Art and Culture, Nitin Singhania, and Class 11 Fine Arts and Science, NCRT. Next, note making is vertical versus horizontal. That's very important. It's very, very, very important because the notes making while we are preparing for the UPSC examinations, it's mapping all events happening in 1919 across India, such as Jallianwala Bagh, Act, Rowlatt Act, Montfort Reforms. Great. It's for very important for prelims examinations. So you have to know, make it on such marks, highlighter, and use that also. Vertical like themes, tracing the evolution of one concept. The land revenue system from Mughals to British, crucial for means. So history is not a burden on memory, but an illumination of the soul. Understanding the why is more important than memorizing the what is important. Okay, so that is strategy for UPSC success, and wish you all the best. Thank you for listening.